wonder why I'm going to the school and the child across the street is not going. So I was told that he is an underprivileged child. He cannot afford a good school, or he cannot afford a school itself. So I grew up, finished my higher education, and came out. Then I thought, what can I do to help that child? What do I have with me that I can share? So I found in myself that I only had education in my hand, and that was the only thing I could share with others. So keeping that in mind, I went to a barren land, a small little village, a sleepy little village, which had the lowest literacy rate. And I found that that is the place where my education is required. Initially, because being a patriarchal society, I had a lot of opposition, because I was a woman who had gone from the city, and they used to tell me that, why have you come here? You've just come here to spoil our children, you've come here to spoil our women. But I was very firm and determined. I said, no, I have come here to educate, and I'm going to be here. So this was the beginning of the education which I had procured. I wanted it to be imparted to other people. Now, it was a very difficult task initially. There was one man who just walked in on a bicycle. He was a milk vendor. He had two little children on the bicycle, and he came to me and he said, ma'am, can you teach English to these two children? Well, that was his perspective of education. So I said, yes, most welcome. I will teach them English. And along with English, I started teaching them maths and science, etc. So more children, more parents mustered the courage and started sending just to learn English. That is what they wanted. That was their thought about education. So it took me 5-6 years to sustain in that area. Against the heavy odds, every day was a new day for me. Every day was a difficult day for me, because I was coping with the system there. I was from city, and this was a village. After some time, these children, they started reading the newspaper headlines. That was the time when the grandfathers, they said that my own son cannot read, and my grandson is reading the headlines of the newspaper. From that day onwards, I was accepted. It took me 5 to 6 years for this acceptability. And then, slowly, other things were unfolding in the villages. Grandmothers walking in and asking me, can you make us write our name? Because the land was being sold. This was their ancestral land, and they had every right. They knew that they had every right over it. But they could not sign. And they said that we don't want to put a thumb impression. We want to sign. Let our ancestors know that we can sign. That was their perception of education. I could not stagnate myself just to give the 3 hours to the children. I brought in these people, and the adult literacy program started. So we started teaching these older people how to write their names, the alphabets, the words. Finally, they could sign. Now this was going on, and this was a new dimension of education. Then some more people walked in, and they said that we have got cataract. Now, cataract is not my line. I am not a doctor. I have not practiced that. But I thought that if they have come to me for some help, what can I do? As an educationist, what can I do? So what I did was, I got the hospitals connected. So the connect was there, the eye hospitals got connected, and the cataract operations done. People benefited from that, they could see. Then there was a menace of liquor and tobacco in the villages. And I thought, what can I do? I have not had any training about the anti-liquor or anti-tobacco. What can I do? But as an educationist, what I did was that I taught these children. The children, they were shown the videos. They attended many group discussions like this. And these children, I entered into their homes through their children. And after some time, I came to know that many fathers, they left the tobacco because the children taught their parents what are the bad effects of consuming tobacco. So what was that? That was an anti-tobacco movement in the villages. So children, it was basically the education that I started with, went on to the other lines of health, anti-tobacco, adult literacy. While this was going on, I could feel that there are lots of myths and beliefs in the villages, or in the communities as such. And the biggest was the special needs, the intellectually and the physically challenged people. So this little boy was brought to me by a woman, and that woman, she told me that this little boy, my whole village, all my villagers, my neighbors, they are telling me to take away this boy because he's a special need, intellectually challenged boy, and he will disturb all other children in the village. Take him away or do away with him. Now this mother tells me, I don't know how to bring up this child. I give this child to you. Do whatever you want with the child. But I can't throw away my child. I said, okay. So this child was brought to me. I did not look at his negative aspect of his personality. I just saw the positive side of this child. This child had a good physique. So we started working on this child, we started nurturing, giving him training. I gave training to this boy for 10 years. After 10 years, this boy gets an opportunity to go to Australia for friendly matches. He travels to Australia and comes back with medal. After some time, he again gets an opportunity and he goes to Los Angeles. Now this time, he comes back with medals for the country. So when he was there and when he came back, I found a changed personality in him. There was more communication skills he had developed. Better thought process about this boy. He had developed better thought processes. So when this boy came, now education doesn't end there. Now what after that? There are no jobs available for these people because still the society is grappling with the idea of special needs. So we trained this boy into running of a canteen. And today, he runs a very successful canteen in our organization. He's making money out of it, he's earning. He's earning for himself, he's earning for his family now today. So this child has become an inspiration for other parents who keep their children in locks. We have found children behind the doors. So the parents are also developing hopes that this child is not a waste for the society. We also have to work with them. Now that is another dimension of education, the diversity in education. So when we started just by teaching 3 hours, now here we are tackling the problem of special needs. So while this was going on, the identities, there were more identities in the community. There are many more identities like that. The underprivileged. We started giving them dreams. They started living their dreams. So it is not just that they could not afford books and other things. We started giving them dreams and they started living their dreams by doing whatever they wanted. They wanted to paint, they wanted music, they wanted dance, they wanted whatever, horticulture, whatever they wanted. We are allowing them to live their dreams. These are the underprivileged children. Then there is another segment of our society, of our community, that is the whoopee children. So we've coined this word whoopee. Whoopee means way out of poverty is through education. Now what is whoopee? Who are whoopee children? Whoopee children are the slum children, the children of the laborers. Every time when we go on the roadside, we see these children and we just say that, oh, they are the laborers' children. What can we do? Yes, we can. We are bringing all these children and again giving them the environment, basically giving them the learning environment. And what is that? Even these children, they want to know how a plant grows. What are the parts of a plant? What are the parts of the body? What is the respiration system? What is the digestive system? They want to learn mathematics. They want to learn addition and subtraction. Because they come and tell me that the contractor of my parents is not giving adequate amount. I want to do the calculations. I want to add and subtract exactly to know whether the contractor is paying my parents adequate amount. So we teach them, we give them opportunities, and many of them have entered into the mainstream schools now. These are the laborers' children. These are the slum children, the whoopee children. They are also part of the segment of our society, our community. And as educationists, it is our responsibility also to give them an environment. And all the myths and beliefs, they enhance the organization to get in all the multiple talents and perspectives. So another segment, when we talk of different segments of the community, there is another segment, the women, the girls. Now the girls, there are many school dropout girls. You'll be amazed to know that there are many girls after second or third or fourth class, they stop going to the school because the brothers don't want them to go to the school, the fathers don't want them to go to the school. They are not allowed to continue their education. But they also come to us with the dreams that even they want to be educated. So what do we give them? Now again, that's another aspect of education. So these girls, these school dropout girls, the women, they come, they get trained in various skills. And today, they are one of the best artisans. And they're earning a livelihood for themselves. They used to come and tell me that I cannot give milk to my child. Why? You have buffaloes in your house and you're selling the milk. They used to tell me that every drop is being sold outside. We cannot feed our own children. Now they've started because what we have done is we have given them, we educate them, engage them, and empower them. Today, they are all earning and they are feeding their children, their families, and they are empowered today. They feel part of the society. Where they were hiding, they feel proud part of the society today. Very confident. So what is education? When we talk of diversity in education, generally, what we think is that we have to give a learning environment which is very safe, which is inclusive, and which is equal. So now I think, this is my personal thinking, that diversity doesn't limit us to only special needs children. The inclusive program that we talk of, it is not just including the special needs children into the mainstream. That is inclusiveness. I feel inclusiveness means the adult literacy program, the health program, the whoopee children, the women, all these people are part of the community. So diversity in education means that this whole community has to be involved in this diversity. And education is not confined to just limited section of the society. Education, it has to spread to everybody. This whole thing, it causes a ripple effect. Now that's a beautiful effect. What you can see, that people, various organizations, they join hands with you and they start working with the people. That's the ripple effect which this system has caused. Then we have people from across the globe. They come all the way from across the borders. They come, go to the villages and do the health checkup. Health checkup of the people who cannot afford hospitals, who cannot afford medicines. They come and give the medicines. They come and do the health checkup. That is the ripple effect. It is a ripple effect which has gone everywhere. And everybody wants to join hands. Everybody has love for human beings. Then there are children from the cities who come to the village, clean the chopal, paint the walls, write slogans on the walls. There are children who come and do nukkad natak because they want to send a social message to everybody. That's the ripple effect. So, all the people, as educationists, it is our responsibility to take care of each and every individual in our society. And this leads to the beautiful, the rivers that we have in our country, the holy rivers. What do the rivers give us? They teach us that keep on flowing. What does that flow mean? As educationists, it has to flow. And during the course, it takes its own passage also. When the rivers flow, they keep on flowing. The education has to keep on flowing. And by that, the flow, we come down to what is flow? Flow is for fun. Whatever you are doing as educationists, enjoy it. Enjoy. Have love for human beings. Love each and every individual that you find in your flow. And you must accept the ownership. Accept the ownership for what you are doing, whether right or wrong. If it is wrong, correct it. Accept the ownership. And then, finally, you will be a winner. Definitely you will be a winner. Thank you so much.